Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, September 18th, 2024, and welcome to Mornings with the Manager. I am happy to share with you some information from City Hall here of Monterey, and I hope it's interesting and I hope it's something that you can share with your neighbors in case they miss this YouTube presentation. Always starting with the last council meeting, which happened to happen last night. There were a few interesting items on that council agenda. We only had an afternoon session. We started at 4 p.m. and we were done by 7 p.m. But there were a few good, interesting elements of the council meeting that I want to share with you. Number one was the contract award for the automatic license plate readers, ALPR. The ALPR system is a policing tool that allows the system to search for certain vehicles that have been committed and suspected in committing certain crimes. And last night, we awarded a contract to Flock Industries, which is right now the standard in the police department types of cameras that all police departments are using. And there was a contract for a little over $600,000 for a period of total three plus 2 additional years, 5 years. And credit goes clearly to also the NCIP. The NCIP had funded or has funded 2 different phases of this technology. One NCIP project actually funded part of it quite a few years ago. However, the city was not ready at that time to implement a policy, and we since then have done all that. And so last night was the second to last step to get those cameras installed in the city. The police chief presented, the council had a few questions. We also heard from the public, and then they green-lighted the project with a 5-0 vote. So now the ball is in the court of staff and Flock Industries to get that system implemented. ALPRs have been used in a lot of criminal cases. They have brought the suspects to justice, have them handed over to police. The last one, very prominent case, happened actually over the weekend. Excuse me, over the weekend. And Councilmember Hafer pointed it out that in Florida, the suspect, alleged person who was trying to get a shot at President Trump at his golf course in Florida, he was ultimately caught using ALPR technology while he was driving on a highway in Florida. So ALPRs have an immediate effect in catching those who are doing or trying to do harm to our society. Another element last night that was important that we passed of the agenda was we amended our downtown specific plan to lift minimal parking requirements for the downtown area. Parking requirements are sometimes obstacles to housing, to build housing. They cost money to build parking. They also do not bring in necessarily revenues. And sometimes when you have to provide 1 or 1.5 or 2 spaces per housing unit in parking, that means that those spaces then allocated to parking cannot be used for housing purposes. And of course, that also costs money to build parking, and it costs also money not to build housing. So there are also so-called opportunity costs associated with that. What we learned over the many years of dealing with housing also that the policy to provide public transportation to provide walkable communities and to provide housing next to job sites can go hand in hand with minimizing or lifting minimal parking requirements. And so in the downtown area where we have public parking opportunities, where we have public transportation opportunities, and also where we have a lot of jobs located in the downtown and greater downtown area, we felt we can afford lifting the minimal parking requirements. We are adjusting the downtown specific plan also to some state legislation that allows us to do that as well. And the council did not really debate that. They discussed a few aspects of that. And we then, after receiving public input, passed the motion also 5-0 to allow that policy. It will tremendously help us to allow developers, builders to have less obstacles when they want to invest into certain infill areas here in the city of Monterey. So again, that was a very important step by our city council, and we're looking forward now to get the other issues resolved, and I will talk about one of them in a couple of minutes. The other element that I wanted to share with you last night, we also gave a presentation that was related to the downtown specific plan. It was a project that the council approved earlier this year. We are now getting ready to actually build and construct it, and it affects the intersection of Calle Principal, Polk, Hartnell, and Madison. That's a very confusing area for pedestrians as well as for those who are driving in that area. It's as I stated, there are 4 different streets that are kind of intersecting in a very generically grown way. So we will use the opportunity to streamline and optimize and improve the safety of this intersection. Our Deputy Public Works Director, City Engineer Andrew Easterling, was presenting last night, and he showed actually a brief video that showed 50, 60, 80 high school students moving through that intersection in that 20, 30-second clip, and it showed how drivers were trying to drive around them or trying to get some additional seconds on their driving commute and not showing safe driving behavior. And the improvements there will end up in a 4-way stop. And we feel that together with a timed Pacific Street, the signals are all coordinated and synced on Pacific Street. We will probably have significant improvements with respect to visibility of pedestrians and clarity also of traffic movements, which we do not have there right now. The project itself will help us to eliminate some of those slide-in lanes that we have there. One is where we have the US Postal box, and the other one is a right-hand turn from Hartnell towards Alvarado. And so we will eliminate those lanes and make it a lot easier for the pedestrians to move, and also traffic. Council asked a lot of good questions concerning then also bikes. How can we make it safer for bikes? And that's a great question as well. And we will continue to tinker and work on Calle Principal and other cities to make our city more bike friendly. Of course, you have seen a lot of bike dedicated lanes going up in the city, including also North Fremont. So we constantly have to look also at the biking community, and more people are probably now biking than ever before because they use those e-bikes as well to get from point A to point B. Overall, again, we will make the intersection safer, and that was the last presentation that day. I promised you that I wanted to talk about housing with respect to future challenges. We attended a water meeting last week where we basically met with Mr. Stoll from the Monterey Regional Water district, water management district, to discuss how are we allocating future water allocations. As you know, the Monterey expansion project will create additional water for us, expansion phase 2. And we went over a few numbers that Mr. Stolt was sharing with us. And when you follow the numbers that the Monterey Peninsula Water Management District has put together, you understand that our annual demand in the city, our annual 3-year average demand is 9,557 acre-feet of water. We have a supply that is estimated to be slightly above that, or quite a big number above it, in the low 12,000 acre-feet of water, if all the sources of water as indicated are coming together. And at the end of the day, there will be water available for the regional housing needs assessment for the additional housing units, and as well as for other small economic developments here in the city of Monterey and on the Monterey Peninsula. The challenge that we have, still have, and will continue to have, is that somehow, somewhere, we have to achieve a lifting of the cease and desist order. So the mathematical models that Mr. Stolt presented, we have to carry those data points now up to the State Water Resources Control Board, and hopefully get some impact there, but also the other elements. So we have to talk with one voice, Water Resources Control Board, and we have to make clear that we all here among our communities see eye to eye on how we are addressing the future water production and water solution challenge. And that will be the task over the next couple of weeks and months to come up with one voice and how to articulate that. The Mayor's Association of Monterey County, these are basically all the mayors of all the cities, including the South County cities. The mayor's group is currently chaired by our mayor, Mayor Tyler Williamson. And Mayor Tyler Williamson last night shared with the council also that they are working on creating this one voice. And they are very hopeful that by having everyone saying the same, making the same statements about water, that the State Water Resources Control Board will potentially consider a solution that I might call short-term to mid-term, which allows us to have water maybe for the next 10 to 12 years coming out of the resources that Mr. Stolt indicated. The long-term water solution is something that has to be drought resistant, that has to be independent of future droughts. And so that's why Mayor Williamson spoke about a midterm solution, because I think the mayors all agree that we need to have a long-term solution, because many of those water sources that are creating the patchwork right now of future water are also dependent on factors such as rainfalls, and we all know that that is not a very safe factor to consider. It comes with challenges, even though models allow you to predict drought impacts as well. So having said all that, long story, we did lift minimal parking requirements. That's helpful, but we need water, and the mayor's group is working to create a solution that is based on the water management district's calculations, which I feel are achievable. What else is going on? We have posted information about the city's ballot measures that will be coming in front of the voters. If you're a registered voter, you already received communication from the Monterey County Elections Office. Last week, we held a public outreach meeting at the conference center. 28 folks attended that meeting, and we spoke about the various measures. Those measures are measure V, W, X, and Y. We have information posted about that on monterey.gov elections. Just to repeat, measure Y will measure V, as in Victor, will basically provide some cleanup language in the charter. It will clarify also that the library board appoints library director. So there will be some of the standard provisions in there that basically just clean up the charter and help also the library board to further define their existing role. Measure W is something that helps the sitting council members when they file for mayor. The idea was that if you file for mayor as a council member, that you do not have to surrender your seat on the day of the election, and then you wait for the election results, and then either you're back on the council or you're off the council for the foreseeable future. So last time we had those elections in 2022, you might recall council members Williamson and Albert ran for office. The day when the election happened, they had to be off the council, and then we had basically just a functional council with 3 council members, and then until the new council got sworn in. So that is not very helpful for some of the agenda items where we actually would require a supermajority to vote on certain items. And also it's not good for representation if you have 3 council members left for a period of maybe 2 or even 3 council meetings where we really cannot make a lot of decisions without the input of the others. So this will clarify that and make it easier. So council members, when they run for office, filing for mayor, will not have to leave office on the day they get on the day of the election. Measure X is a term limit measure where we basically suggest that the term limits are limited to a total of 12 years. Again, question that was asked, does this apply retroactively? No, it doesn't apply retroactively. It will start, should the voters approve that, it would start in the next term of council members, and then the clock starts ticking. And Measure Y was about the lease of real estate property. As you know, the city has about 90 leases. We own quite a number of properties. Many of those are leased, and very few of them are leased to non-profit organizations. However, our city charter requires us to rent out all the properties at market rate. But if we have a worthy nonprofit, we want with that measure Y, to allow to give worthy nonprofits a break in the leasing rate, so that it's not always market rate, but maybe below market rate. And so this charter amendment would allow us to do that. So that's about the elections coming up. You can register to vote if you haven't done so. There are plenty of things where this plenty of websites where you can apply for and get your voter registration fulfilled. This week, Friday, downtown, we will turn downtown into reimagined parking area. It's called Parking Day, and many city departments will be out there. The idea of Parking Day is to basically show show you, show everyone else how you can repurpose space that is currently used to just park a piece of metal with rubber there. And by transforming those parking spaces into creative spaces, it gives you a different appreciation of the downtown. Just imagine if you have green spaces where you have no asphalt, and just imagine you have a bench there, and you have an umbrella, and you have a little table and an Adirondack chair, and you can sit there and enjoy your day and see passers by, etc. there will be plenty of those different opportunities where we will be out there from 10 to 2:30 on Friday to show you what our city is doing, but also what you can do to transform those spaces. We started Parking Day celebrations in 2008 and have done this on and off since then. And we are back there, I believe, since 2021 when we restarted that again, quasi post COVID. Talking about imagine yourself improving your health, your fitness. The Monterey Sports Center has entered into a new collaboration with Montage Health. It's called the Lifestyles Initiative. There will be a series of 6 events that will hopefully positively impact all of our lives. If you will learn about holistic approaches to health and preventative medicine, those events are free. They are free for our members of the Sports Center and also free for non-members of our Sports Center. And the first event will take place on Saturday, September 21st, upcoming Saturday. It will be from 1 to 3 p.m. And this event is called Healthy Aging. And we all age every single day, every single one of us ages. And so this is a great message for anyone to learn about what you can do to age in a healthy way. Montage Health physicians will be there. They will give presentations. I think it will be a great event, and I really encourage you to check it out. There are 5 other events planned, and we are proud to have partnered with Montage Health, our main healthcare provider here on the Monterey Peninsula, to get those events into our Sports Center. So again, Saturday from 1 to 3, it's a lifestyle initiative event, and the topic is healthy aging. Here's an early notification for all of those who want to attend our Community Police Academy. We will have another Community Police Academy starting in February 2025. It will run from February through April. There will be soon a website that will open up for signups. We always hear absolutely positive feedback from the Community Police Academy. The police is sharing a lot of insights into what they are doing. I also will be there speaking about general topics of interest surrounding the city. And it's 3 hours each and every evening, once a week for 11 weeks. It's an investment by us. It's also an investment by the participants. But I can share with you from personal observation that a lot of folks go in there with one opinion and then leave with a deeper and potentially changed understanding of what community policing is and how we are trying to ensure that our community remains vibrant, dynamic, and takes care of everyone, no matter who they are, where they are, and what shape they are in. So I think it's a wonderful opportunity. So spread the word. Another initiative that we are restarting again is Hidden Heroes. Hidden Heroes is a Elizabeth Dole Foundation initiative that we signed up in 2014. It identifies those caretakers of those veterans, the heroes here, that are taking care of veterans that have come from the wars and are injured or are suffering under PTSD or other illnesses. And they are the hidden heroes. They are the folks that provide the care for those that were wounded in the wars, that took care of our nation's interest and defended our freedom and liberties. And the hidden heroes are often overlooked. And Elizabeth Dole Foundation is taking care of that. As you recall, her husband was an injured veteran, and Senator Elizabeth Dole took care of her husband quite a bit, and this initiative is very much supported by current First Lady Jill Biden, as well as a lot of other people in the area of film, theater, and politics. So we started that in 2014. We kind of dropped the ball there for a while and are picking it up again. So stay tuned on that. Monterey Bay Aquarium celebrates 40 years of Monterey Bay Aquarium. They give out free tickets. You have to sign up online with the Monterey Bay Aquarium for that. The free time to access then is between 12 lunchtime, 12 to 4 p.m. And it runs all the day throughout October. Please be sure that you sign up online. You need to provide a valid photo ID and also proof of residency for Monterey County. All the details are outlined on the aquarium website. If you need more information, shoot us an email. We will help you. A few other things we are beyond Labor Day now. I shared with you that our tourism season goes from Memorial Day to Labor Day. We had a very, very good August with respect to the hotel tax. While we are still collecting hotel tax, I can share with you that the hotel tax came in substantially higher than a year ago, which kind of mirrors also another data point that we keep checking, which is our parking data. We also see a significant increase over 2023 in parking revenues. That the tourists were back in 2024 than they were in 2023. So I wanted to share that with you. Definitely, we see a significant bump caused by Car Week. I know a lot of residents dread those 10 days because there are a lot of more folks in town, but let's not forget those hotel taxes and sales taxes allow us to have the library open now 6 days a week and allow us to provide recreation programs that other cities would not provide to you, maintain and operate 4 different community centers, have 37 operated and maintained, etc. So while we all appreciate and while we all drive through that traffic, there are during Car Week, you can see significant increases. And last but not least, 16% of the hotel tax always goes to the Neighborhood Community Improvement Program, which helps fund so many great projects in our neighborhoods. But they also fund projects that are reinvesting into our fire stations, or as I stated in the beginning, into our automatic license plate reader system, ALPR, that the police has now launched. And with that, like a miracle, I'm closing the loop where I started. And I thank you all for your attention today. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to respond. And as I always close out, it's a privilege for all of us to work here in the city of Monterey and to serve all our residents, visitors, and businesses alike. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.